What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, if you couldn't guess by the title, is week 1, day 1 of my prep for the strongest man on earth. So it's Monday the 23rd of June. We are about 8 weeks out, so you're looking at probably 7 weeks of peaking, and then the 8th and final week will be kind of the deload and taper week. So I'm going to be documenting this as part of like a YouTube mini series, strongest man on earth prep. So please obviously give it a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, we crack on, day 1. So push session today. I'm training 4 times a week at the moment. Coming off the back of World's Strongest Man, obviously, 4 or 5 weeks ago now. I finished a GPP block last week, so a general physical preparedness block, which is basically not like a deload, but your training is, the intensity is down. It's a lot less specific, so no strongman events, and it's just kind of brushing up on the body, making sure there's no lingering niggles or injuries, and just setting myself up and potentiating the next peaking phase. So strongest man on earth is a hard show, very hard show. 8 events over 2 days. Ridiculous lineup, but I'm really excited for this, guys. So if you want to stick around, stay tuned for the mini series, give it a subscribe, like, comment, and let's get it underway. Right, so just looking at the training plan now, I typically press on Mondays for the first session of the week, and this prep is no exception. So we have 2 press events at the strongest man on earth. We've got the max log press and we've got the chest press machine. I'm not known to be the best, biggest presser in the world. Nonetheless, I feel like this is a great opportunity for me to hit some personal milestones. I'd like to hit a 200 kilo log, to be honest with you. I feel like it's been there at times over the last sort of year or so. My PB at the moment is 190 kilos. I've hit that a couple of times in the gym. Once was even strict, so without leg drive. The only reason it was strict was because at the time my knees were absolutely cooked. But yeah, I think with a right prep and a right peak, 200 is there for the taking, which will score me okay. It's not going to be obviously huge points, and the conditions are rough at the strongest man on earth. I'm well aware of that. The chest press machine, coming from a powerlifting background, I'm very familiar with a horizontal press. Now I know obviously we're not going to be laying down on a bench performing it, so the technique will be different. Nonetheless, I've hit some decent numbers in the past, or relatively decent. I benched 230 kilos 6 years ago at 35 kilo body weight, lighter than what I am now. So I was around 118 kilos when I benched that. So I feel like with a good prep, good peak, I could probably flat barbell bench press around 250. Now obviously I don't know how that translates to the chest press machine at the strongest man on earth, but I'll have to wait and see. So this session got some movement prep, so basically some assault bikes, some prehab stuff, some knee health stuff. Push pressing is obviously going to take out my knees a little bit, so I need to be mindful of that. So we are being proactive with our kind of movement prep, making sure that my knees are healthy. Then I've got some log push press, some bench press to pins, some dumbbell floor press, and then some hammer curls to finish. So a relatively easy session. It's worth noting I feel fresh coming off the back of Worlds. I've had a good amount of time to rest and recover now. Nervous system is obviously down-regulated, so I'm not as neural and not as physically strong as what I would be at the moment. I've kind of taken it easy. Training's been lower intensity, food's been less, all that kind of stuff. So I feel fresh, but probably not as strong as what I'd like at the moment. But we've got 8 or so weeks to change that. So it's not about how strong I am now, it's about how strong I am on the day. So let's get started. Say hello, mate. Where are you going? You going on the yard? Go on then. Bye-bye. right, movement prep done. So I typically just do whatever Shane tells me to do, whatever's on the program, and then see how the body feels in real time if we need to add in a couple of things. Usually it's for like knees, sometimes, or on this occasion, shoulders, pecs, that kind of stuff, biceps, just some general stuff that's going to get me primed and ready for the session. So right, top set done, 155 kilos just for a single with a slow eccentric back into the rack. Felt right, first session back obviously, a little bit rusty. I haven't log pressed since World's Strongest Man, so probably that, and also I've changed my footwear as well. I've kind of chopped and changed my mind between should I wear flats, should I wear heeled footwear. The data that I've gathered over the last 3 preps, I think I'm going to try flats or like Metcons with a very slightly raised heel, but nothing like Olympic footwear, just because I feel like it removes the tendency for me to over dip and start pissing my knees off. So we'll give it a go. Balance is a little bit weird because of it, and probably just, again, like I said, a bit rusty, but top single done, quite happy, and then down to the drop sets. That's log press done and dusted, quite happy with that. Good starting point anyway. Log is one of those that if you don't do it for a while, feels a bit rusty, but it'll come back. And yeah, great starting point. So those with a keen eye will probably actually see that I've changed my technique slightly. I'm taking an extra breath after the deadlift before I initiate the clean. And the reason being is when I'm doing log press or reps or something, I want to have a quite fast rep turnover. So I usually just deadlift, breathe on the start of the lift, and I won't breathe again until I'm done. Whereas I'm prepping for a 1 rep max, I'm prepping for the conditions and the altitude at the strongest man on earth. So I don't want to be hitting the rack position with 190, 200 and not have a good breath in me. So taking that extra breath, taking that extra second at the start before I initiate the clean, I think will pay in dividends. So yeah, for those of you with a keen eye that spotted that, that's why. Right, moving on to bench press. I just realised I look like a fucking idiot wearing this thing on my head. Bench press the pins. So we're doing it off pins. We're going to set the height so that it's practically on my chest anyway, and that is to help replicate the position that I'll be in at the strongest man on earth on the standing chest press. 3 sets of 8, moderate to begin with, and ascend up, finish it around an RPE 8. Now, to be fair, I'll probably undershoot this. I've powerlifted for many, many years. Towards the end of my powerlifting career, I couldn't do a ton of volume on bench press just because of, you know, previous pec issues and stuff. And I bench with a relatively close grip anyway. The whole kind of thought process between myself and coach when we're approaching the strongest man on earth, specifically with this event, is that I know that I'm not going to outpress some of the heavy hitters in this show, and I'm not going to risk picking up any kind of niggle or injury to try and salvage an extra rep that might actually not accrue many points overall. So we're kind of just treating the bench press as an accessory to the overhead, and planning on coming into the strongest man on earth feeling fit, feeling healthy is the main thing. So what I'll do is I'll start benching now, and I'll show you a little thing that I do. I've been doing this for years, and it's kind of the same premise that I do with my knee rehab. So isometrics are king when it comes to kind of tendon adaptation or kind of mitigating the risk of injury. Isometrics are your best friend. So I'll show you what I do now. So I'll literally just set the pin height, as you'll see. I'll get on the bench and I'll grab the barbell. I'll take typically a wider grip than I normally do, because that's going to open up the shoulders and hit the pecs harder. And then what I'll do, keep my back relatively flat, don't overarch, because obviously I'm not going to be able to do that on the day on a standing setup. And I will put the bar under the pins, and then for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, I will actively push, and I'll just stay here. And I'm probably pushing maybe 60%, something like that. I could push way harder, but this is, I can feel this working already, and this is going to be great for kind of tendon adaptation and priming me ready for the bench press that I'm about to do. So I'll do this for a couple rounds, and then I'll get stuck into the bench. So, right, I've taken the mic off my hat because I'm not that guy. First set, I'm going to do 100 kilos on the bench. I'm doing 3 sets of 8. So first set 100 kilos, and then maybe 120, then 140. A really low entry point. A set of 8 I could probably do with this variation, 160, 170, something like that. But coming off the back of 4 weeks of GPP, and very conscious of the fact that this isn't an event that I need to win, I just need to get there in one piece. Low entry point, get the stimulus that we need to elicit the response that we want, and then we're golden. So yeah, 100 kilos to start, mega light, but got to start somewhere. Third set done and dusted, so I ended up doing 100, 120 and 135. Obviously easy enough, definitely undershot the RPE, but it's enough stimulus for now. I'm not trying to be strong today, I'm trying to be strong in 8 weeks time. So yeah, get the body feeling really fresh, get the body feeling good, and then we can really kind of push in the next couple of weeks. So onto a new variation, dumbbell floor press. Haven't done this before, I don't think, or at least not properly. So yeah, that, hammer curls, and then we are done. Right, this is mildly triggering. I've only got dumbbells in this rack up to 30 kilos. I did 30s for the first set. It's just too light, obviously. So I went to go use my adjustable dumbbell. So the handles are 5 kilo. Then I add plates, and I realised I've searched the gym high and low. I don't have enough collars to be able to do 2 dumbbells at the same time without the plates falling off and smashing me in the face. So single armed, I guess, until I buy some collars for next week. So that will have to do. Right, done and dusted with dumbbell floor press. I didn't show you the third set because even I'll admit it's fucking boring. But good session. So just to finish up now, hammer curls into Arnold press, I think it is, and then we are done. So last exercise, let's go. We are done. So, good session, really good session. First one in the books. It's never going to feel amazing. I'm never going to feel at peak strength, especially this far out, but good nonetheless. Body feels great, no major aches, pains, niggles, which is what we like. We're not coming in here today to annihilate, we just want to stimulate. So yeah, great session. Now I'll probably just chill out, upload this video for you guys. Typically after a session, I mean, you'll see now, I'm not really like a hyped kind of lifter, especially for a light session like this. There's no need for me to get ramped up, to ramp my nervous system too much and get too excited for 155 logs. But even if that was 185, my approach would be the same. I like to stay as chilled as I can, so that when it's this time now, when it's time to switch back out of strongman Shane and into normal everyday dad Shane, it's easy. So I'll go back up to the house, have some food. Typically what I'll do, if it's a heavy session, I'll do some supine nasal breathing after a session. So I'll lay on the floor, put my feet up on a bench and just do some nasal breathing, try and drop that heart rate. Similarly, for the same kind of mechanism, I'll sometimes jump in the ice bath, which I know might raise some eyebrows. It's often debated in the literature whether cold water exposure immediately after exercise can inhibit the hypertrophy response, so it can ultimately hinder your ability to recover and to build muscle. But I'm not particularly asked with that, and I'd rather take a better recovery, a quicker switch to the parasympathetic state. So yeah, that's it guys. Hope you enjoyed the session. It's baffling to me that people want to see this. I think it's dead boring, but there you go. It will get more exciting though. The numbers, I can already kind of look into the next 2 or 3 weeks on my program. And yeah, it's going to be exciting. I'm really looking forward to the big sessions to come. So please like, comment, subscribe, share. I know I keep saying it. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it'll mean the world. Just drop a comment, even if it's a little flower emoji, show your support. The next session, the next one that I'll upload as part of this mini Strongest Man on Earth series, probably looking at Wednesday, so in 2 days time, I've got a deadlift and a yoke session, so I might get some clips of that for you. So yeah, stay tuned, and until next time.